the Ghostbusters are busting their way back into cinemas tomorrow for the newest chapter of the film series Frozen Empire. It sees two generations of slime fighters team up to battle ghouls in New York City. I caught up with cast members Paul Rudd, Carrie, Coon and Ernie Hudson to chat all about the latest instalment and the franchise's legacy. It's the question that only had one answer.
Ghostbusters!
40 years since the original film, the firehouse is full again with a new generation of Ghostbusters. And if the blockbuster's New York premiere is anything to go by, they're not afraid of getting slimed.
Just seeing the original Ghostbusters in their suits and to get to do this alongside them, it was surreal.
Paul, what was it like climbing into the driver's seat of Ecto-1 and fanging it around New York City?
Fang it.
Yes, it was a little overwhelming. The first day, it's like, well, okay, here it is. And then I got in and I got to sit behind the wheel. And the enormity of that really hit me. It was amazing. I felt like I was part of a very exclusive club.
The exclusive club includes OG stars Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson. How many times in the last 40 years have people yelled out to you on the street, who are you going to call?
It happened 5 times yesterday. So I think people think it's a nice, polite way to be kind of, hey, Ernie, you know, like, who are you going to call? But it's almost like this song. I've heard it I don't know how many times, but it makes me happy when I hear it. And when somebody yells, who you going to call, it makes me feel like we got a connection here.
Can I be of any help? Melnitz in uniform, yeah.
And it was really extraordinary to walk into that set and then to see Annie Potts and Ernie and the gang walk in and be really blown away by just how similar it looked to the 1984 set. It's kind of extraordinary.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Correct on both counts.
Dan Aykroyd is such a true believer. I've spoken to him a bunch of times about just how much he believes in ghosts and the spirit world. Does he talk to you about that?
That and more. What's wonderful about being with Dan is that we got to spend a lot of time together in the green room for this film. Spent a lot of time to talk to each other. And Dan is very forthcoming, not only with stories about ghosts and UFOs, but also about the early days of SNL.
He is an open book. We would occasionally ask him questions because it's pertaining to Ghostbusters. It has something to do with the scene that we're about to film, but then it would just inevitably kind of transition into what Carrie said. Well, you know, how did Blues Brothers start?
Yeah.
And he was very forthcoming, and those were the best days of filming because we really just got to be fans and listen to some incredible stories.
And when it comes to this new Ghostbusters story?
For a Ghostbusters fan, I think there's a lot there that will bring back nostalgia, and there's a new story, but things you would recognize and things that are fun to see.
I love the fact that it crosses generations, and I meet people on the street who tell me stories of how it's been a part of their families, and that means so much. And to be able to carry that tradition into a new generation, it's just truly special.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Tall, dark, and horny at 12 o'clock.